With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
In your face.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got his man Sharp, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 65 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say that it'd get tested on play number 1. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. But that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A nice gain at 21 yards.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Now Mostert. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. They go play action here on 1st down. Now he's flunked, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Tillman. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Come on, guys.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on third and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Let's go, D. Double tight, double tight.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gonzalez. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Mostert trying to run inside, but nothing there.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Check 550. Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. A first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backward.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
On the tackle. Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big...
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
So that'll back him up 5.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Rodgers. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Geno Atkins, his 2nd sack of the night. Now Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own
Now
sideline.
we'll see what his offense can do. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Touch 50, touch 50. Mike's 59. Mike's 50.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
And he showed off yet again those elite cover skills that make him one of the greatest to ever play the cornerback position. If you're going to throw it anywhere in his vicinity, you obviously have to be on the high alert because he's a tremendous athlete.
Boy, a great athlete indeed. He can pretty much do anything. In fact, he's the only person to have both a reception and an interception in Super Bowl history. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
Mike Stenton at the 47-yard line. Double dog, that's the way.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Randy Moss, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
He's going to fire this thing deep right. That's caught inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
That's complete to Sharp. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown!
A 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. 2 minutes to play. First half, it's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Let's get this.
3rd and 7.
Watch out. Look left.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Ray Guy now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Sanders. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I'm coming after you.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict?
And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken short.
The Steelers go first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to 30.
He's crashing.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. He's got Allen. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor. On third and long, it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Here's Hill on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Raiders will take over now first and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. From just shy of midfield, Wilson forced out to his left. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Now Wilson on first down. It's Hill, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They come up first and 10 at the 16. They run on first down with Jackson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He's coming, he's coming.
On second down, this is Jackson. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Going for it all. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers have taken the lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
14, I'm coming after you. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no.
On first down, Wilson. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Flush to his right. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. 1 quarter in the books. 8-3, our score.
Get that ball.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, we got Mike 50.
Again, Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Holt. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Vinatieri's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within a couple at 8-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run on first down. It's Jackson. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. on second down now. It's Jackson. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they're going to take the lead here as it's now 9-8. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Check.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Ronnie Lott, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller there to make the grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This will be taken very short.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers going to throw. To Allen on the dump off. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Check my 45. Watch the
Rodgers now on 1st down. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill. No surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most the credence is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Third and long. It's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. The All-Pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A terrific return, 30 yards all in all. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rolling to his left. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Rodgers now on first down. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Allen's got it, complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 6-time Pro Bowler Calvin Johnson, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. And Gonzalez puts this one through. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if